Hello, hello, everybody. Whoops. Almost shot you.
Can't smash that, can't, please. Not that aggressive.
Okay. Go ahead and switch the sides real quick. And we are good to go, everybody. Yes, we are. Okay. Welcome to today's stream. This will be Band of Brothers Mondays. We've been doing these for a little while now. Here today, we're on SMDM. Last week, we went to... Where were we last week? Was it Utah? No, it was a random map before that. Oof. Losing track of the maps. Anyways, we got the nice no building here. This is the common thing you see in competitive Hella Loose, where somebody is responsible, or a group of people are responsible for building nodes. Here we have Stifler, Pi, and Quad Z taking care of them, and now they will all redeploy and join their buddies up on the front line. Let's go ahead. Oh, no, maybe not. Maybe not. Stifler and Pi may have some other business. Oops, there goes Pi and Stifler. There goes Stifler. Okay. And let's go over. We have Pierre's Farm as the middle point. Not a network, not dugout. Pierre's Farm. Been a little while since we have seen Pierre's Farm. Let's go take a look at the trucks here for the Allies. Got Hippie in this truck. And for those of you new to this, we have a whole bunch of teams playing today. We have WTH, we have Omen, we have LCM, we got PRB, Turks Let Loose, Climbers United, or who's C? Who's this letter C? Don't know who the letter C is. I always think of Climbers United. 82 AD, Fins Let Loose, and probably some others that Greyhounds. Everybody's here. Mostly Europeans, obviously, because they're done with the main part of their day, and now get to relax in the evening with a nice little competitive match here on SMDM. Allied truck heading down the main road. Don't see any opening rocket snipes. Sometimes we'll see, or I should say AT gun snipes on the Axis route over here in north of SMDM. But in this case, they're just taking a nice casual event, not going for those. Not worried about snipes. Truck moves on towards the circle. Now, Pierre's Farm is historically favored to be capped by the Allies first. As you can see here, the trucks being able to easily get to the hard cap. Squad leads begin to jump out a little bit. And nice and safely they make it. One artillery apiece active, ready to go. Don't think they're going to be using SPA today. And the Axis, of course, the driver's... the driver gets shot on the truck at the last second. But the driver is responsible for parking this truck here on the opening. That way the infantry can crawl up on top of Pierre's Farm, or the main building here, if you want to call it, or this building, in order to use this as a little bit of sight line over here to the other parts of the hard camp. Opening strafing run goes north, or east to west, west to east. Cap going in favor of the Axis over here by Pizza Slice. This is the other part of Pierre's Farm where we look forward to seeing how it shapes out to be, and that's Pizza Slice over here to the right. We should call it Pizza Slice because it's shaped like a piece of pizza. This usually ends up becoming some sort of funnel that both sides never really gain an advantage for, or advantage with. But in this case, it looks like it's going to be the same. Actually, it looks like it's going to be the same thing. Blueberries and banana berries beginning to come in from the north. Raspberries down to the south, and they'll make like a nice little cut there in the middle with MGs watching the entire lane over and over again. One Luke's for the Axis. Over here in the gap. LCM crew. Yato Woods, Alued, and Adrakalt. Axis now around 70% capped. A network got a bunch of blueberries over there that may be just continuing to wrap around the front line. Then we got a Luke circling around. Yes, we do. Getting a back shot. Stewie, yeah, Stewie sinks it. Okay, so Stewie wipes out the Lukes. Opening medium battle, I'm assuming, is still ongoing. Actually, maybe not. I think the Allies lost the opening medium battle as the P4 is down here nice, safe, and secure. All right. And the first camp will go to the Axis, ladies and gentlemen. Sharky, Lokan, Wink. Loom over here to the right. Churchill joining us back here today on stream. Forced to go to the Axis melee loadout. We know his skills with the knife, but we don't know how he does with the shovel. Churchill jumps over the little stone wall. Waits in the bush for a target. Nope. Ain't happening. Stewie's going to continue moving around the front line. Pierre's farm looks nice, safe, and secure. Got one blueberry outpost on the northern side. Looks like it's a WTH crew. HGK, trying to think carefully about this next decision. Notice how slowly he's peeking that corner. Goes, oh, go ops for the grenade. Hold on. We have Nopo coming up. Now disregard the shaking from the POV camera. It isn't perfect. Oh, HGK gets flanked from the right side by Kekatura. Proxy Satchel goes off and takes out one raspberry, I believe. Line looks pretty stable. Mike squad may be thinking about a flank around. That's Churchill. Charlie squad over here as well. So two recons on the far left-hand side. Pizza Slice looks pretty barren. Just both sides going back and forth over here. Luke's though making a move to try to wipe out some of these allied outposts. The classic allied garrison spot is filled up and ready to go. Yeah, this is where you usually see the allies pop or place it, and the tank crews know this. And sometimes they'll just head up here with that in mind and just turn the corner and wipe it real quick. But the medium 75 clears up the Lukes. GNZ. Nope. Too many raspberries from LCM. And they'll continue to go back and forth all over Pizza Slice for most likely the next 70 minutes. 70, 80 minutes. But sometimes you do see some breakthroughs. Maybe there's a temporary reassignment for one or two people, and then that creates a domino effect which results in one side gaining a little bit of upper hand and getting a box out. But 4th point is Rue de la Guerre for the Allies, so I don't expect them to give that up so easily. Axis Garrison actually is right there. Won't be surprised if we see another tank round land pretty close. They may have a decent shot from the corner. Or we could see a satchel placed. Honey Badger tries to run up with the engineering blown out. Most likely with the satchel, but doesn't get too far. Looks like Pierre... Oh, no, the artillery takes out the over squad to the left. Panzer IV takes around to the bottom. Gonna back up. This is an LCM tank crew. Looks like Lued gonna jump out and do a quick repair here. Supplies get dropped, and of course, remember with the latest update, the tank crew members can build their own repair stations. They're not reliant on engineers to come over to their aid. But of course, this repair station is going to be right to their rears, and they're going to need to just think about that when they need to back up a little bit farther, as they'll run into it. And don't want to get caught unawares of that little obstacle to the back. But the Raspberries have circled around and cleaned up north of Pierre's Farm, that one outpost that we saw from the WTH squad, and that will no longer be an option. Bombing run coming over on Pizza Slice. One garrison was established. Axis opting for not this garrison down here, but moving it up a little bit farther. Looking to get that control over the northern part of Pizza Slice. Let's see how this bombing run works out, then we'll head on over to Ayenebrook. Oh, sorry. It's over here. Bombing run goes through Pizza Slice, and it destroys the garrison. Panzer IV coming over here to the right side. Now this Panzer IV is just... may just blitz straight up. Timmy, though, with a rocket to the back. Timmy. Perhaps with another one here. Second one comes in. And Timmy sinks the finishing blow. The Panzer IV, I don't think, did get the garrison. I think the garrison's nice and okay. Yep, garrison's still there. Jumbo 76 and 75. Up here, ready to rock and roll. Let's go check out a network, shall we? While Pierre's Farm Hardcap won't see any action for a little bit, these blueberries sort of forced far back. They're going to be dealing with artillery and MG42 fire. As you can see now, Pierre's Farm sort of develops into this open field push, as we see right in front of us. Now, sometimes you're going to see an allied squad lead be able to make it through and place a outpost over here by this part of the glider. Usually right here, you're going to see an OP. Offers them a little bit of protection to maybe get it right in the front of Pierre's Farm and sneak on through. But I imagine within the next 15-20 minutes, we're going to see, yeah, Belgian Gate's already been built, and maybe an MG or two up there on the roof of Pierre's Farm. Charlie Squad is the only one to the back. Looks like they took a Jeep over here. Over here by AA Network, see the Greyhounds. PV, 82 AD. Apex, Huzuli. Apex backs up, throws a grenade. Huzuli. Oh, Apex way overshoots. But Huzuli gets taken out anyways. Some raspberries approaching gardens. Gardens, remember, this is this area right here, everybody. That is a very common garrison spot because it allows you to bring on or send blueberries down here from the allies over here to Hockey Stick and then over to 5-Way. .75 just assisting the infantry at the moment. Grenade lands, but it does not take out the outpost. Artillery shell falls to the back, takes out a couple blueberries. Dot's pretty close here. Could have a nice nade toss. Nope, decides not to risk it. Over here, we got Toss Boulet with the MG42. Got some nice coverage to the from the roof to the left, and just keeps to monitor the open wheat field all to himself. Panzer IV coming up to support down below. Pierre's farm still looks okay. George Squad did make it through, and now they approach the northern side of the hard cap. Looks like Basil, though, is checking everything out. MG up, position up by Tova. And look at this. If we take away the HUD for a moment, see how beautiful a view Tova has. Oh, no. Oh, Tova. Hawaii. Down here on the roof. Also has a good sight line, but this WTH squad could have a couple of nice proxy satchels. Rude. Nothing in the back line, really, just the recon OP. Nothing else crazy going on. But as the match develops, we'll see if we spot any crazy backline Stewies, maybe a half-track, airhead attempt. Timmy? Not gonna happen for Timmy. Grenade. Takes out another raspberry on the roof. Tova manning the MG position yet again. No. Tova, you're just not having much luck up there today. But Tova should be Tova's probably one of those really dedicated MGs that will be right back up there within the next couple minutes. Looks like Jugata or Gigacat. Gigacat. Going, struggling here. Maybe gained a couple pounds since last did this. Gigacat sets up the MG. Now we'll take that angle. Strafing run goes through Pierre's farm. Don't think it got much. Went at over here horizontally. Tiger coming up from the south. P4 on its way. The WTH squad is right back at it. Honey Badger burns the outpost. Comes over to the right side. Honey Badger. Nope. Doesn't win the 1 versus 1 against Silent Turk. Honey Badger is one of those ones that is known for his tanking. And to see him outside of a tank is very rare. But today we do. Right here in the circle. George Squad's OP is still alive and well. First Airhead plane coming in north of Rue de la Guerre. And for those of you that play on console side, you'll notice how that Airhead is much louder than it is on the PS5 or Xbox. Much louder. On the console side, it's just a slight flicker. So crazy. And hence why we see on the console, in the console world, the Airheads go so unnoticed. End up resulting in really big plays being made. Strafing run did go through the back line on the Airhead, but I think, yeah, the blueberries are coming in from multiple directions. They should be A-okay. Plus, they got a Jumbo 76 on its way. And a medium 75. Shocker takes care of it. And the Airhead will not be an issue. Precision strikes are ready to go, everybody. Commander Verdnap has been pretty good about using them in the past. Always like to see if we can catch that angle as it comes in. It looks so good. Looks so, so good. Honey Badger. Has... Oh no. Okay, switched over to AT rolls. Stuka's actually coming over here, everybody. Oof. Ouch. That Stuka was nowhere near that heavy. Jumbo takes a shot. YK, Kijokai, and Babukwa Puse backing up. They got the repair station up there, but obviously the Tiger has an angle, which is preventing them from using that right now. Another 76 though to the rear, so we have two heavies for the Allies. Oh, Jumbo 75, not 76. We've been seeing a lot more Jumbo 75s with the HE buff, if you will. I believe the Jumbo 75 is the... in the top two for the strongest HE tanks, if I remember correctly. Plus, they got the smoke shells. They take one hit. They're going to cruise forward here in the smoke. Let's see if the Tiger can sink another one. Oh, it came close. Right to the back. Siege will jump out. This is the Greyhound's crew. Matty D. Broman. Siege will do some nice repairs to the rears to get them all good to go for another round. Still one OP north of Pierre's farm. No real penetration. HGK. And the fellow blueberries. Still trying to get over to the opposite side. They may be helped, though, by this bombing run called in by Commander Vedna. Let's see how it works out. Bombing run is coming in from west to east. Stay here for a moment, everybody. And the bombing run will get one. Garrison was relocated to the southwest. No longer in the hard cap. But we got a few more blueberries trying to make their way through the open towards Pierre's farm. Commander Vedna on the front line. Raspberries being suppressed by the artillery. Could be an opportunity here. Although the Axis have a decent chunk of armor. We got this P4. And then to the left, we have the Tiger. Jumbo 76, Jumbo 75. Then we got a medium 75 to the left. So 3 active tank crews for the Allies. Then I think we just have 2 for the Axis. A couple spawns back here with the Raspberries. Making too much headway. Eversman. Giga Cat. Still have the one normal squad lead. Then we got the recon OP up here by the glider wing. King Squad. Where's King Squad at? Oh, the other glider wing right over here. Yeah, by Hippie. So Hippie utilizing the other glider. Getting a little bit of coverage. And these are the things that you don't see on the map. You just kind of got to know that they're there. Nice raspberry trunk comes into the bottom of Pizza Slice. One rocket from Honey Badger. Gets it over here into the P4, I believe. Honey Badger knows his way around a tank. Honey Badger gonna peek on through. Go for another round. Jump back and reload. Oh, no, Honey Badger. Turned into a bunch of bits and pieces. Double MG action back here. Arthur and LOI. A little bit of cap progress. Still just the one squad from the allies that has the OP here. So this is mostly blue or just sector pressure. Raspberry's able to bring a couple back to the circle in order to help hold this. 22 Poe may have placed down a satchel on the opposite side. Let's take a look. Nope, no satchel. You do have a couple mines there down below. Counter bombing run coming in from the Axis, going south to north. And it'll get a 1, it'll get 2. Yeah, just a couple, just a couple. Oh, raspberries getting absolutely decimated as soon as they try to cross the road. Up here to the north. We should have, between artillery and the Jumbo 75 and the 76, they got this pretty much covered. When it comes to Axis infantry being able to get into key positions. There is a Tiger over here to the rears, though. It almost looks like they took a shot maybe from Dugout Hill in a way? Maybe not, though. Maybe not. Raspberries begin stacking the hard cap a little bit more. HGK, 22 posts, still holding. No longer for HGK. Go check out A Network, everybody. Axis doing a good job of holding this. I mean, the allies aren't even really able to get anywhere back here. Just as I say that, we see Item Squad, Recon, with the sniper, hunting down those border garrisons. Tasboulet, with this nice MG position, of course. Churchill. Taking his time. Waiting for some footsteps maybe to the right side. Wants to use that shovel. We've seen it with the knife. I don't know if we've ever seen it with the shovel. It's always with the knife. Artillery strike called into the back of Pierre's farm. Got a Panzer IV over here by Hockey Stick Hill, looking to help support this. So far, pretty tame everywhere. Nice solid back and forth between both sides. If you're just joining me, I am your host today, Smithers. I play for the competitive PC team Helios. Here to bring you this mixed competitive event hosted by 82AD. They call it the Band of Brothers event, sticking to all Normandy-based maps. So far here today on Pierre's farm, we have seen one cap going to the Axis off the opening. Churchill attempts to go for the melee, but Schaffmaster simply looks back and thanks his buddy Blueberry over here to the rears for helping him out. But yeah, so far just one cap. Pretty normal Pierre's farm opening, except I mean, most of the time we see the Allies cap, so in this case we saw the Axis take care of it. Nothing really crazy yet, but of course, as we all know, everybody, these matches tend to always surprise us. Never disappointed. There's always something that happens. Will it be Honey Badger that makes a name for himself on stream and goes into the HLL history books today? Maybe with a miraculous 2-3 Tiger takedown? Maybe he uses 3 rockets on a damaged Tiger, blows it up, finds more rockets, fires one 400 meters across the map to another burning Tiger, wipes that one, and then able to coordinate a peace strike with the commander on the next upcoming Tiger for number 3, thus gaining him praise, and no doubt his local town will hold a little parade for him in his honor. It happens. You never know. I think the big shocker over the weekend was Omen defeating ESPT, although it wasn't an official, so it wasn't an official tournament match, but still, ESPT's a tough cookie. Horns were honking around Germany. I can tell you that much. Sleepless nights they had on Saturday. Hamburg, Dusseldorf, Berlin, scenes of basically mass riots of Hella Loose players. Thousands on the streets, holding signs, singing traditional German songs. Churchill venturing up here to the front line, just trying to get some action at least. The strategic German beer reserves almost depleted. Tears shed. Germans hugging everywhere. Unbelievable sights, everybody. Let's try to get a POV of Tova for number 3. See if the third time is the charm for Tova. No. Tova. No, Tova. Oh, may have jumped a little bit too far there. I don't know if Tova needs a bandage. Maybe he's okay. Tiger is all good to go, exchanging shots. I don't think we've seen one heavy casualty. Got one Panzer or one Sherman there to the left side. This is the Tiger, and then we have another Tiger up here along the hedge. Or is that the P4? That's a P4. And then up here to the north, we've seen a Stuka. We have not seen a P47, so waiting on Commander Verdna to show us his skills with the P47s. Rocket sails ahead of the Jumbo 75, but they're A-OK. They're saying, come on, buddies. Fire as many rockets as you want at us. But no doubt that Rocketeer is looking to take out this garrison behind the building. And some Hella Loose players are just so skilled at being able to thread those rockets in the perfect places. Jumbo 75 backs up. Looks like we have the ammo depot station being built. Or, well, it has been built right here behind the building. Siege jumping up top to try and mark the tanks. Meanwhile, attacking over there to the right with the MG. Siege just shimmying left to the right. Trying to find where that Tiger is hiding. Maybe trying to coordinate a P-strike with the commander as well. Notice how Siege goes up, goes back down. Strafer run goes to the back line. No precision strikes yet. We just saw the Stuka, of course, like I said. Ooh, nice rocket. Oh, the Panzer IV is stuck behind. The Panzer IV is right over behind the 75 and takes it out. Oh, mamma mia. P4 went right over past Pizza Slice. And just came on up all nonchalant. And destroys the Allied tank crew. Ouch. Yeah, there's really no Allied presence over here to notify them. King Squad may be the closest, but I don't think King Squad would have noticed a P4 coming around to the far side of Pizza. And now the Panzer IV is trying to find that Jumbo 76 maybe. But the Jumbo has turned around, and they got a beat on him. Panzer IV gets engined, and they're about to go ba-ba-ba-dooey, everybody. Jumbo clears it. Alrighty. Nice. And that's a powerful. That's the power of mediums. You could just take a shot, rush them on towards a certain part of the map, like we saw there, going outside of Pizza over to the back of the Jumbo 75. Surprise the enemy, and the enemy goes, "Oh, whoa! What's going on? Where'd this come from?" And meanwhile, the enemy tank crew doesn't really care because it costs 200 fuel, and they could afford to take a little gamble. You got to take gambles in competitive Hella Loose, you really do. WTH squad still struggling a little bit. Oh, the 76 got taken out to the left. Yeah, I thought that would have gotten enough hedge coverage, but I guess Tiger was able to thread that shot. Alrighty, so the Allies lose one Jumbo 76 and a Jumbo 75 in the past 2 minutes. Ruden squad struggling here a little bit. Terawatt over here to the right. Terawatt! That's a little bit of a loud scream there from Ruden. Terawatt coming up here to burn the outpost and succeeds. Now does Terawatt wait 3 seconds? Dives down a little bit. Not sure if I'm going to give him credit for that one. Jenky. Nope. No chance, buddy. Joffmaster throwing some grenades down below. Nothing real crazy in the back line. Really good radar coverage for the Allies. I mean, they'll pretty much be able to pick up on anything. The Axis, same way. I mean, Pierre's Farm is one of those ones that's so hard to get anything in the back for a good old classic backline flank. Although, I say that, and when Helios was playing 82 AD, they were able to get some two big spawn waves off in the middle of all of our radar networks. I couldn't believe it. We thought it was perfect. We thought we will pick up on anything 82 AD tries to sneak behind. From playing against 82 AD so much, I know what they could do in the back. And they did not disappoint us in that match. If you watch the Helios versus 82 AD competitive match on SMDM, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. I mean, the squad lead that put up that garrison literally was probably 2 to 5 meters away from pinging anything. It was that close. It had to be. Bombing run coming over here to Pizza Slice, going north to south. Doesn't look like that much is over there. Maybe the raspberries have just been wiped. I'm not too sure. But we have a nice big blueberry wave waiting for this tiger. Apex, one rocket to the side. Churchill tries to get over to the little complex, but doesn't have much luck. Apex with number 2. Got another spawn wave over there. We got 1 raspberry, 2 raspberries, and 3 raspberries. All right, not too shabby for Vedna. Getting 3 raspberries with the bombing run. Whoa! A back rocket comes in from Quad Z. Nice shot, buddy. Quad Z has no problem heading back to the redeploy screen. Jumbo 76 up to the northeast. Medium 75 coming down the middle. 1 recon squad trying to harass south of AA network, but besides that, nothing that too serious. Same thing goes for the Axis, pretty stable all around. Rudin and his squad, fortunately, not able to make it back to the north side of Pierre's farm. Commander Vedna. No peace strikes yet from Commander Vedna. This is, in case you're curious what the POV camera looks like for somebody, for the commander, this is what it looks like. Vedna going for Arthur. Not able to get Arthur. Arthur is just beyond visibility. This is such a weird view. Alright, Vedna will keep checking everything out. Notice how Vedna is positioning. Look at that. Perfect levitation. Oh no, Peter! No, Peter gets absolutely roasted in the wheat field. Flamethrower action by LOI. LOI! Torch in the wheat field here. P-Strike called in on over there to the back. Let's go take a look. P-47s. No, they nail it. Commander Vunda goes 1 for 1 on P-Strikes. Oof, nice angle, buddy. Look at that. Came in from southwest to northeast to hit it perfectly. Oh, so good. Nice job there, Commander Vunda. Already, we saw the successful P-47 strike. The Stuka was way off. I think the commander may have had just a bad mark, unfortunately. Maybe the squad lead who relayed it just hit a tree branch when he was trying to ping it. You know, that happens sometimes. When you're trying to ping something, you keep hitting a tree branch or it could be annoying. Good cat. Jumps down below. Garrison is warmed by the... Got one raspberry back there. Zeal. But the hard cap is all good to go. Nothing that the Axis need to worry about. They could pretty much commit everything to the attack and... Yeah, everything is A-okay. Now they just got to keep a couple raspberries back by Pierre's farm to make sure that nobody's just able to walk up front door, of course. Basil. Oof, Basil. Take some shots there from Hedrickson. Honey Badger lies low, gets a little dirty in the mud. Likes to put a little mud on his face before he runs into battle. Front line, though, once again, really looking really good. Honey Badger. Bazooka ready to go for David. No, Honey Badger nailed it. Nice shot there, Honey Badger. Blows up another one, just in case Hippie approaches. Raspberry swarming this last blueberry outpost. Optimus Prime takes out one. Raccoon doesn't make it. Mirai attacking. Maju. Peaks. Attack it. God, they're on the ground. Maju. No, doesn't. Almost made it to the outpost. The outpost was right there behind the hedge. Blueberry's now pushing down through Pizza Slice. Hey, we could have a little bit of a positive side there for the Allies. Getting a couple OPs established and trying to go through the back. We'll see how the LCM crew is holding this here. Should see an MG be set up momentarily. Yep, there's the MG from LOI. Got the outpost right there behind the building. And LOI will come up here and most likely get on top of the roof and just watch this road to make sure that the Allies cannot just come down for free. Ooh. Round sails to the back, and that was on a Tiger. So the 76 able to thread that shot. And this is the interesting thing that we could see now. If they want to, that is that Allies could have a little bit of an armor advantage. They took out this Tiger. We saw the other one that just got popped a few moments ago. And they have to know that they have a decent chance here to push and have... Yeah, I mean, look at this front door, everybody. We may see the Jumbo 76 and 75 make a move to front door. In which case, NVIDIA could throw in an Airhead. And what you usually see for Pierre's farm from an LI push standpoint is you see the Airhead fall maybe right here behind this building. And the 76s will pop a squat to the left, to the right. Or maybe shove it even further into the hard cap. Just to keep splashing HE around. As that PRB crew gets absolutely decimated. Fins let loose, and Mirai coming up here, getting a little bit closer. Raccoon. Now Raccoon's a squad lead and can't get the outpost up here momentarily. Raccoon got up nice and safely. Looks like the Allies aren't going to be committing too much here. They have 3 tanks for a potential attack, but no signal has been given. I mean, the suppression is great. The Blueberries, though, are struggling through the open field, which totally makes sense. Jumbo 75 pouring down that HE. Blueberries making some progress through Pizza Slice, but remember, it kind of becomes a funnel. Zeal. Take a look at the poll real quick. Which one of these would you be most interested in watching? Option A, watching 4 people on HLL Jeopardy, 16%. Melee only on Remagen is the winning vote so far. Another offensive match or Conquest Tree. Melee only on Remagen winning. Yeah, melee only is one of those ones where you're kind of curious if you what would be the average. I think it'd be cool for like the first 10 minutes, but then would everybody start to get bored? Maybe you put like a skirmish mode and have it melee. That way, it's only you can. Or I think you can make the time. You can have custom times on it. Make it 15 minutes melee only. And maybe something where the last of those remaining in the match go off to face like another group or something. I'm not too sure. Could probably structure it in an interesting way. Castillon, Tova switching away from the MG and coming to be a rifleman over here by Pizza Slice. Camp progress still continuing. Got a medium 75 that has entered the sector. Have Jumbo 75 right there, and then the Jumbo 76 sticking back. 1 recon tank for the Axis. 1 Panzer IV, I think, down to the left. And just like that, the Allies have broken on through. We got more than 1 squad lead inside of Pierre's farm. And this is what we were waiting for. We have Raccoon. We have Ruden. So Raccoon and Ruden should be able to get their OPs, and we'll most likely see 12 bodies here real quick. Bomber run coming over to the back. Budna just taking a best guess right now as to where the Axis are coming from. And Silent Turk looks to be the main victim. This Puma is going to pause on the road. It's a solo Puma by Dexter. The garrison for the Axis, I think, was actually back there. They don't have any more... They don't have any more garrisons nearby. The garrison... Oh, no. Yeah. We have a garrison by south of Pizza Slice, and that's it. But, alrighty. Can we see the second cap of the game? After about a 54-minute slugfest. Puma comes over to the hard cap, looking to splash some rounds. Another blueberry wave comes up to the top, and... Ladies and gentlemen, here is our second cap of the matchup. Alrighty. So the Allies go up 3-2 with 33 minutes and 36 seconds left to go. Plus, we have the Airhead up to the north, right there behind the building. Some of these garrisons will be dismantled in the back line, as currently the Allies are sitting at maximum of 8. Now, commanding for the Axis is Tetra Pak, looking to get the radar network established around Hamlet now. Otherwise, still up here with the MG42. And the Axis still control a lot of ground over here. Churchill lying low. I wonder if... Well, hopefully Churchill's popped a couple flares this map. Not just hoping for a good shovel. He's trying. Hedrickson. Churchill. No! Churchill! He's trying. Oh, no. Oh. Man. He tried. Almost got there. Recon plane going up. The Axis are right back in the circle where they got that solo Puma by Dexter. Blueberries pushing down the Pizza Slice. The Axis artillery, though, coming in clutch and wiping out all the blueberries up to the north. And this solo Puma is going to look to wipe out some outposts unless Honey Badger is able to take a rocket. Honey Badger! Honey Badger! No! Honey Badger's going to get one more chance, I believe, till that MG42 wipes him out. Honey Badger sails over. Oh, Honey Badger doesn't make it. The Puma's going to have free reign over here. We got two outposts, potentially, that can be popped by this Puma. Except the Puma's not going that way. They're heading the other way. Reinforced dropped up Pierre's farm. Do we have a garrison by chance? No, we do not. No allied garrison to pump bodies inside the circle. But who knows, they may not need it. If they could luck out with some good arty and tank rounds, they could be okay. Artillery strike falling down to the south. Medium 75 coming in from the right. This medium 75 could be a huge part of the cleanup crew. And the tank crew's doing a really good job of just continuously moving, not stopping. Just trying to burn as many spawn points as possible. We do have one squad up to the north. That's going to be King Squad. Or Queen Squad. Potentially with a very good backline flank out. Backline flank outpost. The garrison is established up there to the north. It is pinging a little bit. One Luke's coming over there to the back. Tank's nice, safe, and secure for the Allies over there in the corner. They got a couple repair stations by them. Raspberries coming in through A network. Under 30 minutes left to go. If you're just joining me, I am your host today, Smithers, for this Band of Brothers event hosted by 82AD. This is a casual, competitive, mixed scrim between a whole bunch of competitive teams. We have Greyhounds, 82 AD, YK, PRB, Omen, Greyhounds, WTH. A whole bunch of people here. So far we have seen 2 captures. First going to the Axis, and then the Allies just capped it back a few moments ago. If you're enjoying the stream, be sure to take a second and hit that like button if you could, please. Simon says, die in Apex over here in the trenches. Oh, they're outside of the trenches. Come around the hedgerow. Nope, Apex loses the 1-1. Simon says, die. Nice headshot. Over here to the back, we have some smoke rounds going off. We have Sharky and Hippie trying to push the open field. Panzer IV up there by the stone wall, though. Not going to let that happen too easily. No real spread over here to the far west. We do have Inox. Inox just maybe looking for rogue blueberries. Commander Tetra Pak driving a transport truck over there to the top left, circling around the enemy line. Now, the back line appears from a Axis standpoint. They... Most of the time you see something get placed up here in this wheat field. Somebody from the Axis slips on through, maybe a supply drop goes unnoticed, and then the bodies come over here, or the squad lead commander come over here to this wheat field to place something. It's usually what you see. Inox does find the other recon squad lead. Giazzo. Inox takes some shots. We're going to get in the safety of gardens. It does. Gonna search for this garrison. So Commander Tetra Pak will most likely go east. Could have the option to either just stay back here, maybe find a nice roof to peek towards the enemy, maybe land a nice precision strike. Or could try a supply drop right here in this wheat field. Oh, hold on. Inox says company. Sniper on the opposite side. One shot from Bada Ninja. And Inox will bleed out right there to next to the garrison. But keep in mind that Inox doesn't redeploy right away. He asks someone in command chat to mark the garrison for him. And Pierre's farm, just like that, looks for the most part okay. The Axis still have a very strong position to the south. No way is this game over just yet. No real threat to Hamlet. No wide flanks from the Allies just yet. Everything is nice and clear in the back line. Allied tanks still chilling up here to the northeast. One of them did move down, though. think that'd be the Jumbo 75. If they were going to push a tank, that'd be it. Vedna's P-Strike should be ready very soon, I imagine. I think Vedna last used, I think it was like the 45-minute mark or something. Oh yeah, there we go. Precision Strike called in. Let's take a look. Same spot, maybe? Here come the P-47s. Rocket, or one hit comes in at the perfect time. P-47s! Oh, Vedna goes 2 for 2. Alrighty, Vedna. Beautiful job, buddy. Seeking 2 P-strikes. Pretty much the same exact angle too, southwest to northeast. Very nice, Vedna. Oh, no, there's not as many things in Hell Let Loose as a commander that make you feel good inside like that. Oh, we have a counter Stuka coming into the north from the Axis. Tetra Pak. Oh, the 76 skedaddled up here to safety. But yes, as a commander, you hit that P-strike and you go, "Yeah, God, I'm talking about." Feels so good. Now, the only thing is for the Stuka that is highly debated is whether or not the Stuka should have 2 bombs. There's 2 planes instead of 1 plane to make it a little bit more better. Or a little bit better. I feel like, for those of you that have watched me for a long time on stream, you know that Stukas tend to not have that much luck. See a lot of missed Stukas, a lot more Allied planes, Soviet planes hit their mark. Stukas, not so much. We've seen some wild Stuka hits. But if I were a precision strike, if I had to choose my side for a precision strike, I would always go with the Allies. Never go with the Axis. Now, in the beginning of the game, it doesn't really mean too much. But towards the latter half, when the resources are a little bit more drained, the fuel economy and the timers can be a little bit more impacted, then can have a little bit bigger impact on the matchup. Bombing run, maybe? Bombing run south to north coming in from the Axis. This will take out the garrison on the hard cap. Vedna drops supplies, but they get destroyed in midair. Oh! Remember that, everybody. If you drop supplies from the sky, if you're a new commander out there, and you're wondering what happened to my supplies, they can get destroyed in midair, just like we saw in front of us. Backline looks all nice and good to go. I think Commander Tetra Pak is hanging out. Okay, he's hanging out over here in E3. Not moving a muscle. Figuring out the next critical move, relaying those commands to Command Chat. Airhead plane called in. Axis thinking about committing something here. Remember, we just saw the Axis bomber run go through and take out the garrison, but in competitive Hell Let Loose, that usually gives you a very small window of opportunity. For the most part, competitive teams will rebuild the garrison pretty much within the next minute. It should be up. However, in a pickle, you have to keep in mind that what does taking a garrison down mean? Well, the enemy is at least deprived of 40 seconds worth of spawns. Okay, 40 seconds for a spawn wave. Then you maybe add 15, 20 seconds for another coordinating the supplies and putting down a new garrison. So let's say a minute. You have a minute of additional wiggle room for your offensive if you're able to take out an enemy garrison. That's just some quick commander math in my head. Airhead did fall down to the southwest. Turks Let Loose squad pours on in. They're very familiar with this hard camp by now. Look at a POV of Eversman. Nope, Eversman's POV is not working because he is obliterated by artillery. Counter bombing run coming in from Vedna, looking to go over that airhead and wipe it out. Bombing run goes on through and it clears it. No more airhead for the Axis. 18 minutes left to go. Now, the Axis will have an airhead with about 9 minutes left to go. We have a Tiger down to the bottom. Are they on stilts by chance? No, they have finagled themselves up on top. of the supply crates there. This LCM crew getting a little bit of elevation. No need for stilts when you have supply crates. There we go. That'll be my thumbnail. Ponsons. Each commander will have one more peace truck. But they both will be around left with 5 minutes left to go, I believe. Maybe less. Axis pushing forward. They got solid control of a network, which is gonna allow them to get some suppressive fire over here onto Pierre's farm from a couple more angles. Churchill has unfortunately not gotten a melee on stream. He's came close a couple times, but nothing today, at least on stream. Now, of course, in the comments, he'll let us know how many he was able to get. I got to bring in the stats. Still got to do. I got to start bringing in the stats. I keep forgetting. Well, I mean, it's on my mind. It's just a lot of priorities on my mind. But I got to hook up the stats feed for these matches so we can keep track of those. Timmy up here with the MG. Watching all that open field for the Allies. Smoke begins to fall around the hard camp. Blueberry or Raspberry still in a very good position. They just got a skeleton crew back on defense. Allies not committing. I don't think they've committed anything to a wide flank. Maybe that's what this transport truck is for, and they got found. But if Vedna wants to try a little airhead over here to the bottom of C8, now I could see that working out. Right there to the bottom left corner, just to leak some bodies around. I can see that happening. Always keep that in mind if you're commanding in a game where you have a lot more time to work with. You don't need to rush an airhead to go for a quick cap. You could drop it over here to the far southwest corner and be able to just leak a couple SLs off And let them put up a garrison, find a safe spot to hide. All that kind of good stuff. Raccoon going over here against Silent Turk and Dot. Raccoon treads 2. Doesn't see Dot though. Dot can only watch his buddies die. Recon plane at a nice angle here. Vedna's going to pick up on a whole bunch. Dot still fragging from the hedgelord. Under 14 minutes left to go, everybody. You haven't seen that many crazy plays in this game. No backline. We saw the P4 sneak up behind the Jumbo 75 over here and take it out, but I think that was the craziest thing we've been able to capture on stream. Everything else has been pretty tame. Pretty tame. Panzer IV takes one round. They're going to back up. Over here by Warner Bros, we have Tas Boulay relocating from A network. This is the other Commons MG spot here on SMDM. It's got a beautiful view of everything as we remove the HUD here real quick. Tas Boulay. Can see everything and anything. And let's take a look at his face. We can always see how serious the player is. Look at that. Almost no expression whatsoever. He knows he has a job to do. That's what they get. That's what he gets paid to do. That's what he gets paid for. We'll put the HUD back on. Tas Boulay. Keep watching the open field there. Raspberries still have a very good position. Axis, I believe, still trying to just preserve their armor for the last few minute push here. We got one Tiger, that P4. And we have another Tiger moving up by A network, north of A network. We'll see what that is all about. Hippie has marked it. Oh, that's a P4. Medium P4 cruising on forward. Tetra Pak by Cattle Sheds, checking everything out. Tetra Pak has dismembered a crew of that 75, I believe. One crew member left inside Tetra Pak. The 75 is damaged somehow. Panzer IV backs up after taking some rockets, looks like from Zamalo. Zamalo knocks it out! Okay, no more wide flanking there from the Axis tank crew. But the line's looking really good for the Axis. They got a nice diagonal push going on towards Pierre's. Just not able to crack the defensive nut, though. The Blueberries are holding the ground that they absolutely need to in order to prevent a full breakthrough. Director with the rockets. Believe he's firing them towards the middle of Pierre's farm and trying to get that garrison. Another P4 on its way from the Axis. Director takes a shot in the neck, but still manages to stay up. Shimmying from left to right. Stays alive. Now he's going to bandage real quick. And you'll notice how Director is bandaging the hands. for some players in Hell Let Loose, no matter where they get shot, the blood comes out from the hands. It's a internal it's a biological response that competitive Hell Let Loose players have whenever they receive a wound on the battlefield. That's why you never see them bandage their neck, their arm, or anything. It's always the hands. Oh, the director. Not able to survive that one. That's why you see some Hell Let Loose players with unbelievable calluses. Sometimes an inch thick or so. This Tiger's a little bit damaged here on the road. The LCM crew trying to build an emergency repair station to get them all ready for this last attack. Artillery falling around. Raspberries begin coming on in. The bombing run's going over perfectly. It looks like it could knock out a nice chunk. We will stay here and see how it goes. It's going to get the garrison for sure. Airhead is called into the southwest. Panzer IV, unfortunately, gets Clapeta tapped. But this bombing run will be a nice morale boost as command chat will be filled with the enemy garrison is down. The enemy garrison is down. Raccoon, sole surviving squad lead. With the watch out, ready to go. Raccoon. Let's see if my prediction holds true with the 20 seconds. Counter bombing run by Commander Verdna. The Airhead will still be alive and ready to go. Raccoon waiting for supplies. Sherman 75 comes up to the hard cap to help support. No supplies yet. Raccoon. There it is. Support from Sufi. Drops the box. And Raccoon will place the garrison. Wonder if my minute timer loop turned out right there. I'll have to double check that after the game. Anyways, Allies drop more supplies over there in the hard cap. The Airhead has been taken out. It was down here to the south a little bit. Or to the north. I think it was to the north. Lately, they're lucky tank shell or a grenade. Most likely took care of it. 76 up here to the north, coming to the west side. Raspberry position still looks strong, but I don't know if they're going to have enough firepower for this final attack. Tiger's right here on the road. The next Peace Strike should be ready momentarily, everybody. Tiger takes one round. They got the repair station to the back. They're going to back up a little bit. Now they'll continue repairing. Vidna may have a minute to a minute and a half on the next Peace Strike. A little bit of camp. Oh, we got some banana berries that made their way over to Hamlet. King Squad. OP looks like it was wiped for King Squad. Oh, no, hold on. Right there to the north of it. Hamlet went undefended for the final few minutes, but we got a spawn wave that's working their way back there. Big banana raspberry spawn wave. Vink, Mariah, Pi, Hippie coming around the corner. Nope. But to Chard. We'll take care of Hippie. Locking out the garrison. Pi, Mariah. Mariah. With the bazooka ready to go. Mariah. No! Nails the Gary. Tetra Pak's looking to rebuild it here. Pi peeking around. Pi gets one. Tetra Pak holding in the corner. No camp progress yet. They got an OP up there to the northwest and then another outpost to the southwest. So they should be okay. Steel's working his way to the back. Trying to find that outpost. You know, that's a good point, Private Bunkle. Maybe the first 30 minutes is a melee and then it goes back to normal. Yeah, that's a good point. Maybe we set a timer where it says, okay, first 30 minutes, at the hour mark, everybody gets to use whatever they want. And then we see how the players do it, how they adapt, how quickly it changes over. Okay, we're going to be just fine back here on the hard cap. Everything's going to be good to go. Let's see if anything may happen at Pierre's. We're going to have one more P strike, I think, for both sides. 2 Tigers are in position to push. You don't got that much time to make a decision here. Got to make it quick. That repair station did get destroyed. We have 3 tank crews. Oh, Panzer IV takes a shot. They're down to 1. Just the gunner left inside. And I'm not too sure if they can see it through the smoke or not. Oh. The Axis lose the P4. 2 Tigers, though. Do the Tigers dare try to cross the Hedgehogs? Or do they go through the road? We've seen it happen, I think, twice. Were you able to angle the Tiger just right? You make it across in a rumbly sort of fashion. But any other time, they flip. It doesn't work out. They either get flipped or they flip or they get stuck. 3 minutes, 25 seconds left to go. 176 has come more to the left side, or the 175, Jumbo 75 is a side angle on both these Tigers. Oh, no. And now they have no hope. Jumbo 75 cleans one up. The next Tiger is going to poke through the hedge. They take 1 shot. And the Jumbo 75 is going to flank him, and the Tiger is in a no-win situation. Tiger backs up. Jumbo 75. Oh, Tiger's still alive. Looks like it'll make it back to safety. Rocket. Two minutes, 40 seconds left. Still have some defensive raspberries to deal with the banana berry intrusion. Tiger crew. Zamalo. Zamalo. Zamalo may be out of rockets. Oh, there's the Jumbo 75. Oh, and down goes both Axis tanks. Alrighty, so I think that's going to be a wrap for the Allies, everybody. Congratulations for the 3-2 victory. And there we have it. That makes it official. The Allies will take home the 3-2 here on SMDM at Pierre's Farm as a midpoint. For those of you joining late, we saw the Allies cap, or the Axis cap first, and then they had a nice push front door in combination with an airhead, bombing run, all that kind of good stuff. And they were able to take it out of the Axis's hands. Axis hands? Axis hands? Axis. The Germans' hands. If you enjoyed the stream, be sure to hit that like button before you take off, please. If you have any questions, go and drop a comment below. That'll be the only stream I'll be doing today. Got to take a little break after the essentially 8-hour one I did yesterday. It was crazy. So this will be this one for today, and then we'll see. I got some requests I gotta respond to in chat, and we'll see what all else comes up throughout the week. But of course, the weekends you can always find me streaming. For those of you that are new here, I always try to pump out those thumbnails onto my live page of my channel. You can feel free to tune in on there to see what's up next. I think I just have a few out there right now. We'll be doing a pub stream on console next Tuesday. We got to see if we're going to be doing a pub stream this week or not. May end up doing one on Thursday for the PC side. Or Friday, who knows? Maybe Friday. But yes, Allies coming out today with the 3-2 victory. Got a few good P-strike angles, though, that's for sure. Stukas went 0 for 2. P-47s went 2 for 2. To be fair, though, I think the Stukas were just, unfortunately, a little bit bad marks. Although the one on the Jumbo 76 wasn't too bad. It just, unfortunately, was at the bad angle. Or the Jumbo 76 moved up on ahead too quickly. But yes, Commander Vidna coming out today as the winner. Alrighty, everybody. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you next